Hey y'all, what's going on? So we're here to talk about the mob wives and the Atlanta households. Now y'all, I want to call it a motherfucking watch for last week because the shit on both ends was not that fucking thrilling. Last week on the mob wives that went to the Poconos, Renee acted a motherfucking fool and got drunk too much fucking vodka, went the fuck off and let Miss Ramona have it. In the midst of that, Ramona's like, that motherfucking Drita, she's garbage. Y'all know how they no shade to Jersey, but she garbage. You know, the whole bit. So this one goes into them and they still there and they at the damn still at the bar, whatever. Some guy comes up and he's saying all kind of random shit, which apparently he's kind of slow or whatever, and everybody else try to play him off. They all say he is disrespectful, but of course, Renee had to take it to the next motherfucking level. She want to call Junior, leave, set it off, have a sit down, dig some holes in Vegas, you know, resurrect Al Capone or whoever the fuck. You know, she ready to set it off, but it really wasn't that serious. So she leaves and she's gone. The other one said, well, we're going to stay because fuck it. That's just Renee being who the fuck she is, and she's a drama motherfucking queen, and this bitch is right at the edge. Somebody push that bitch over, I pull that bitch back. One or the other, push or pull. But something needs to be done. Okay. In the midst of that, Drita and Big Ange is at home, and we know that Big Ange had to have her law. Yeah, I was so nervous for her. She had to have her thyroid or something in her throat done or something. And she had this whiplash shit on. So, you know, she's getting better, but she's lagging or whatever. Drita's with her. They talking about what's going on. Of course, Big Ange is like, that lady should be, you know how Big Ange do. You know, y'all know what she gives. Okay. Drita goes on. What the hell? Drita goes on. She gets a phone call. Her cousin or somebody invites her to do a damn swimsuit shit, pictures online or whatever. She's all in. So I forget who sets it up, but at Big Ange's house, they get this, you know, the spray tan and shit like that done. And I'm thinking it's just going to be Drita. No. Big Ange decided she would take her shit off, and Drita went on to root her own and say, would you look at her body? Now, I will say this. So that bitch threw me when she said how she was. And she is snatched, pickled, and plucked. But okay. And seen. I'm just not going to talk about Big Ange. That's it. Y'all seen it. Y'all filling the motherfucking blanks. Big Ange looked something, and a mess at the end of that. But girl, you still my girl in a bag of motherfucking pearls. And for your age, I would say that you are snatched like hell, and you know you're okay. So Drita gets her shit done, and the woman says, "Don't touch yourself," and they get a little kiki out of that. Okay. Then we move over to, is it Carla? Carla. So apparently her ex-husband, whatever he is coming home. She's excited. His first time back in the house in 6 years. He's leaving the halfway house. Now here's what got me, because this bitch was going around. She was excited. This bitch, you know, she done had her coochie snatched. That motherfucker shaved and mopped. But I know last season, girl, you was with this other man because you whooped the shit out of Renee in her own motherfucking house, bitch, about said man. So now you happy your husband's home, which I ain't knocking that because that's your motherfucking husband. Bitch, if you want to bump snatches, then you do that. Okay. So he comes home, they happy and shit. You know, the kids are really happy, which I was happy to see that. Okay, now let's switch over to Ramona real quick. Her and Karen. Yeah, her and Karen are talking about, what's her name? Ramona's daughter wants to go see her boyfriend, which is locked up or whatever. She's on the fence about it. Karen is like, you know, really, you can't have him for this. This is a part of it, blah, blah, blah. You know, telling her to maybe go ahead and let the child go. So she does, which I disagree with that shit. And you know what I'm saying? I told y'all, Brittany and Britt's dad, it's death row. And I would have never. And some motherfuckers might come on and say, well, that ain't fair. Well, you know what? I just didn't feel like I wanted my children to go there and seen on that. So I disagree with that, but she did it, and the child was upset, but then she was mature and tried to handle it the best she could. So they had that scene. Next thing, back at the Poconos, and I know I'm bouncing all over the place because they really supposed to be still there, but back there, they go and shoot. Renee wants to shoot guns. This bitch talking about what she want to do in that motherfucking river rat she had on. So she talking about, there's this gun, that gun. Then when the bitch get up there, this bitch don't shoot nothing. This is a did you at least pinch the bitch moment. Bitch, you shot every motherfucking thing but the shit. But yet you know all the guns. Everybody else shot something. You know, anywho, so they did have that moment or whatever. They came home. Her son basically got a girlfriend. They want to go and meet her, and you know, they was all together. But what struck me was they was like, welcome to the family and shit. This bitch just came one time. Damn. You like, well, shit. You got the rings and shit ready? And I was, oh, Lord Jesus. Sit down and find something else to do. But they did have a happy moment. So Renee wasn't fucking crying. So I'm cool with that. Because y'all know this bitch gets the motherfucking Oscar for a bitch crying in a kitchen scene, bathroom scene, restaurant scene, wherever the fuck this bitch can fall out at, this bitch gonna do it. Okay, so they had that whole bit. Now, bounce over to Drita having her shit done. She, you know, she goes and gets her makeup on, and Drita's body is chiseled or whatever. This bitch has worked on her body, however she, you know, and apparently she's modeled before or whatever. So she goes, and I'm sure she had her motherfucking official hit the cigarette, toot the powder, drink a drink, mop her teeth with the dope shit before she went. I know I said the whole shit wrong. I don't know in what order they do it. Anywho, so she's there. She gets this black and red swimming suit on. Now, her body is giving you everything, but I swear, y'all, sometimes a swimming suit I think can be too high cut. And it was just like they had snatched the shit tighter up in her, and then at one point, y'all, at one point it looked like the bitch had nuts. I don't know, a mammal toe. It was. You are so ignorant. It went past being a camel toe. It was a mammal toe. And for those who don't know what that is, that's when you got one nut in each motherfucking pocket. One, as just said, that's a mammal toe, a man's camel toe. So she's like rocking the shit. She gets on the couch and does whatever, which I might mention, Drita, you could have did your makeup so much better, bitch. You know you're a makeup artist. Your makeup was atrocious. And I have seen you do some great makeup, but you didn't do your own. So, you know, you aimed to please or whatever. You was glad to model, blah, blah, blah. In the midst of this, Drita, and y'all know I'm all over the place, so Drita and Carla get together at the bowling alley. And Drita's trying to keep it cute, and she's kind of like, well, you know, yeah, so glad you're back. So what happened? What y'all talk about? Meanwhile, Carla's kind of like, well, but she does feel the tea or whatever. Say, well, Ramona starts saying this, and Renee said, bitch, by the way, I don't know why I'm being nice to you, bitch, after you said so-and-so, and y'all know that whole scene went down last week where it was like, well, bitch, you said this, and she's like, Drita's garbage. And, you know, the whole motherfucking shit, she's fucking garbage. She's a dog and a bottom potato. You know, this whole shit. But did y'all check Drita's face when she found out they had that conversation? I told y'all a while back that I felt like Drita was lying. Or she was kind of stretching the truth a little bit on that. Maybe Ramona said some shit. I don't know, but I think this shit ain't going to be cool. So they have that conversation. Drita throws a motherfucking strike, and of course, you know the bitch had to say how she was going to fuck him up, fight, this and that and other. And you know the whole bitch. You know how that bitch do. I think it was pretty much the gist of it, other than the fact that Renee found out some things. The shit's getting closer to it coming to a head about who said what and whether Drita is lying or not. Now, y'all, I believe Ramona's rotten in the motherfucker. You know, I believe Drita's lightweight rotten herself, but I think in the whole equation, if I had to choose, I prefer Drita. Ramona just ain't setting, you know, with me. And, you know, I just don't know. I know some of what the things is between them, but not all of it. It's not coming together for me, so I don't know. Anywho, y'all, That's just the just of the Bob wives. And since this motherfucker is 10 minutes, I'm gonna stop this shit now and come back and do the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If I left some shit out, y'all add that shit in. Remind me what happened. If I missed some shit, y'all know I only talk about what's pertinent to me. Or whatever. And y'all never mind me glistening or whatever. It's 80 degrees and I'm haggling over whether to really push the air up or whatever. I just got the fan going. So, if I left some shit out, y'all add that shit in. But that's just up. The shit is still boring, but I think it's going to get better because some shit's about to go fuck down. So, we going to see. And it's going to include Big Ange. So, we going to see what it do. So, I'm out of here, y'all. Much love.